Welcome back to BobCat Recaps. In the second scene of the movie Terminator 2, we see that John and Tim, who are very good friends. John is riding his bike and Tim is sitting behind him listening to music from the tape recorder himself. And John is also enjoying the music. The Terminator, on the other hand, shows us trying to search for someone on a bike. While going straight, he finds some signals on the right side, which turns out to be John. The Terminator scans him and finds John's identity, gets a positive message, which is the means that this is what the Terminator was looking for. And as Terminator gets John's signal, he suddenly stops his bike on the leaf side and Terminator, standing on the bridge, traces him where he is going. On the other hand, T-1000 was also out to catch John. T-1000 was inquiring about John from two girls standing on the road. "You never saw him, and can you tell me where to find it?" To which the girls said that as far as we think you can find it. On the other hand, Terminator is seen riding his bike and parks his bike in the basement and also points out John's bike. John was playing a video game with his friend Tim, and on the other hand, T-1000 reaches the gallery and starts looking for John. Terminator looks around and starts looking for John. John was busy finishing the level of his game. That was little left. T-1000 was inquiring about John from some kids in the gallery outside. Now that John has finished the level of his game, his friend tells him to stop and goes to get himself something to eat. The T-1000 had entered the game section and was pointing to every section to find John, hoping to find him. Now again John starts playing the game. "Look at this picture and tell me where it will be found." On which the girls told, or that we know. As he turns around, he finds Tim shows him a picture of John and asks him to look at the picture and tell him where to find this boy. To which Tim says, "I don't know and I never seen before." Now Tim runs to John where he is playing a game. Tim tells him to stop playing the game and run away from here. "Police officer is looking for you outside." At which John turned aside to see the children telling him that you would find him playing a game in the cabin just ahead. John had seen it all and thought it best to run away. Thousand sees John going out and starts chasing him, pushing the kids. John runs out into a gallery. As soon as John opens the door, he sees a man who pulls out a gun from the box. Through a door we see that the Terminator, who haste bag of flowers, is picked up on his hand. And as John comes running in front of him, the Terminator throws down his bag and takes out the gun from the box and loads the gun. And John gets scared and runs in the other direction. He runs and tries to open several doors, escape them, but they are all locked. John now stands between the Terminator and the T-1000. The Terminator tells John to get down, causing him to get down. The Terminator fires. The fire that the T-1000 takes hits hole in his chest, which slowly recovers. All the shots he fires hit the Terminator. Some of the shots hit a man in the middle who was standing there getting coffee. 1000 loads his gun, and the Terminator breaks the door and pushes John inside so that he is safe. Now Terminator fires all the shots of the loaded gun on the T-1000 chest, starts loading more guns. John is watching this whole scene. After a while, all of T-1000 wounds start to heal again and he recovers. Now T-1000 starts fighting with Terminator. Now the two start fighting and they start fighting each other. Smashes against the wall and John runs away. They both fight and enter the garment shop and start trashing the shop. 1000 is surprised to see a silver statue of his own kind and goes after John. Some of the customers were horrified to see the fighting, and some of the standing customers 7 took pictures of them fighting like this. Now the Terminator comes running back to the same gallery where his gun was. He picks up the gun, loads it, and goes to the basement to chase John. Here John starts his bike, but his bike was not starting. Started it again and again, but it was not starting. This was increasing John's anxiety. John tries his best to go down the stairs to the basement. The T-1000 was chasing John through the stairs towards the basement where John had parked the bike. Now T-1000 also arrived at basement and John tried to start the bike once again and his bike started. He started his bike and started driving to one side. 1000 also chased him and ran behind him to catch him, started following.